The 1 mile jogging test and the 1 mile walking test are two field tests that are used for cardiorespiratory assessments. The equipment needed is going to be to wear proper running attire. You're going to need a 400-meter track. It's optional that you have a heart rate monitor. You're going to need a pencil and paper to jot down your time as well as your weight. You're going to need a scale to get your weight, and you're going to need a stopwatch to get the time in which you finish the jogging and the walking. While performing the jogging test, you want to make sure that you are not running at full capacity. You want to choose a comfortable pace because it is a sub-maximal test. It is not a maximal test. This jogging test is targeted for individuals between the ages of 18 and 29, men and women. Men, you want to finish the jogging test in at least 8 minutes. For women, you want to finish at least 9 minutes. Heart rate should not exceed 180 beats per minute. You want to measure your post-exercise heart rate immediately following the test. You want to use the palpation technique, either radial or carotid. And right here, we're showing the carotid. But if you do the radial, you want to make sure that you don't use your thumb because it has its own pulse. You want to get the pulse for 15 seconds and then multiply by 4. Before you start the jogging test, you want to warm up 2 to 3 minutes of dynamic stretches such as high knees, lunges, karaoke. It's really up to you, but at least 4. You can do the same dynamic stretches for the walking test, except you want to warm up 5 to 10 minutes. Since the jogging test is a sub-maximal test, there is a prediction equation of the VO2 max in which I will demonstrate later in the video. When performing the walking test, you want to walk that mile as quickly as possible, and you want to take the heart rate immediately at the end of the test by counting the pulse for 15 seconds. There is also an equation for the walking test that will help you estimate your VO2 max. It is important that I point out that as you're walking quickly during the walking test, you do not start to run. A foot must always be on the ground. This walking test is good for assessing 20 to 69-year-old men and women, and it's also good for sedentary populations and older populations. After performing either of the field tests, you want to make sure you cool down with some static stretches of the muscles that were involved, such as the hamstrings, quads, calves. These equations are going to be the prediction equations for cardiorespiratory field tests. First, we have the 1 mile steady state jog. It says that VO2 max is equal to 100.5 minus 0.1636 times your body weight, which will be in kilograms, minus 1.438 times your time, which is going to be in minutes. And to convert seconds to minutes, you would just divide the seconds by 60. Once you get that, you subtract 0.1928 times your heart rate, which is going to be in beats per minute, plus 8.344, and times your gender. You will substitute a 1 for males and a 0 for females. The second equation right below it shows my actual data. So 56.64 was my VO2 max, and it was equal to 100.5 minus 0.1636 times my weight, 79.38 kilograms, minus 1.438 times my time, which was 8.5 minutes, and if it were to be in seconds, it would have been 8 minutes and 30 seconds, but they want it in minutes. So then you subtract 0.1928 times the heart rate, 140 beats per minute, plus 8.344, and then since I'm a male, times 1. For the 1 mile walk, the equation will be VO2 max is equal to 132.853 minus 0.0769 times the body weight, and right here it's going to be in pounds, minus 0.3877 multiplied by the age in years plus 6.315 times the gender. Again, it will be a 1 for male and a 0 for female, minus 3.2649 multiplied by the time in minutes, again, not in seconds. So we make sure we convert those seconds to minutes by dividing by 60, minus 0.1565 multiplied by the heart rate, beats per minute. And then right under that is my actual data, 59.95 milliliters per kilogram per minute, which is a VO2 max. And to get that, it was 132.853 minus 0.0769 times 175 pounds minus 0.3877 times my age, which is 22, plus 6.315 times 1. There goes the gender. Minus 3.2649 times 13.5. That's the time in which I finished the 1 mile walk, minus 0.1565 multiplied by the heart rate, which is 84 beats per minute.